You welcome back, my friends. Skirt.
That'd be the sound of drumming for all of you guys listening at home. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of The Pitch Everyberry, where this time I wish I was doing a show where I'm talking about other people's projects, because frankly the Batman universe still needs more stuff, and there are more videos coming. There are more videos coming for that, I promise you. But today, after various different video essays talking about one of the most controversial villains in fairy tales, I was thinking to myself, if I were to do a pitch for myself for the company I own with my own family, how would I actually sell not just a little short film, but a movie of Bluebeard? Now, I know this video is going to have so many people being like, how are you going to do this about the most toxic masculinity embodiment in fiction? Well, that's the thing I'm just going to be stating up front where it is. Is it truly as simple as just Bluebeard was solely the embodiment of toxic masculinity, or as rudimentary as the morals of curiosity ends up leading to disaster, or feminism is being encroached on the beliefs of the unnamed wife? I know many of you guys are probably scratching your head just like, that don't make no sense. Let's pull it back a bit and look at everything for all the context clues from every adaptation and then the original. The overarching thing is that the castle overall feels more like a entity and character, to have more of a mystery than Bluebeard himself. Yeah, it's probably creepy of like, oh, this man that looks so decrepit marrying young women. Who would ever want this? I don't know. Look at Hugh Hefner and other people wanting to grave chase, and then you come back to me. But I digress. If we were to look at things more congruently, a different story no one ever really does is deconstructing the man to eliminate his entity, deconstructing the woman and getting rid of her entity. And it should solely just be centered around the castle, because the castle itself is more of a supernatural element than the epitomous Bluebeard himself. Why do I say that, though? I mean, if you really think about it, in French literature, there are more mysticisms that lead into other cultures than even France has any right to speak of. And I could say a lot about France, but not today. Where, if we were to really deconstruct it to make it into a film, why not give the castle a voice? Make it a whisper that's corrupting the very soul and essence of the people that own it to then enact crimes for it. Why? Because it feeds on the malevolence, the malice, the overall twisted demeanor. You then give that voice to then enter the mind of Bluebeard to do as a commentary about how environment does shape us more so than anything else. It leads into how we nurtured, how we grow, how we develop, all these different things and so forth and so on. When we grow with those things, the environment breathes more life into the community that also leads into our nurture, which leads into how we are. Breaking that down leads into Bluebeard being more of a sympathetic villain, but still a villain. He can choose to stop being villainous, but his will is too broken, it's too shattered. He himself is not as strong as he wants to be. So, we introduce the wives, little by little, having it be where the castle is instrumental in the decapitation of them, the hanging of their bodies, the overall murder. that leads into more of a grand spectacle to where at the second half of the film, we then focus on the actual wife, make it a legit character with a backstory, overall things for better development, and making it so when we're breathing more life into it, it's not really Bluebeard that's pulling the strings, because we, the audience, will know this, but it's now just how will the wife end up being the person that bests the castle when she is the one to eventually kill Bluebeard, like in the original fairy tale. But then that goes into the whole front of why I'm saying that environment breathes more life into it in how it's best to tackle said enemy. That actually would be the benefit of giving the focal wife a better backstory, a better background, because then it's showcasing what overall environment with nature and nurture as a overarching component for her character would make her be the thing that crushes the castle and then probably leaving with what is left. Maybe even giving Bluebeard a proper funeral to be like, you were a bad person, but I can't just say you were bad because bad's sakes. And I know by the time I'm finished doing this whole spiel, so many feminists are going to be in the comments being like, you're ruining the point of what is truly just talking about toxic masculinity. You have no idea what you're talking about. You must hate women. I don't hate women, guys. I'm pointing out something that most psychiatrists and psychoanalysts would actually be breathing more life into for a story like this. Because we romanticize so many fucked up things from fiction. Like, we want to romanticize the whole, when you kidnap somebody and then the Stockholm Syndrome sets in, it's so loving, it's so endearing. That's why we love dark romances, because we love that whole weird shit there. Or we love it when we put it in our children's media. Or when you're yelling and screaming at the other person, that's the real indication of love, as long as you're not hitting the other person, because you're so passionate, you're just so real. That's why the Honeymooners, even though with the illusion of Ralph beating his wife, is so iconic. The overarching stupidity of what I'm hearing, though, is what I'm getting at in how you can make this better. It's not trying to villainize the victim for just having curiosity with the keys to end up finding the wives in the murder room. It's not to give an excuse for Bluebeard, because I'm still saying he has a choice in breaking free and stopping. But it's still a component, though, about why he doesn't. It's to understand the villainy, not to be empathetic to make sure that you see him in a more lighter view, as it were. Because it's never as simple as that. And that is the beauty of trying to make something of a different tale for Bluebeard. Will I probably make this? If I heard this pitch, I'd probably be getting the team together, getting a whole GoFundMe or Indiegogo together, and actually getting this off the rack. Maybe making a short film for Spotify so we can then build up an audience, make the full film fully animated, sell the whole bitch, get the DVDs out there, maybe workshop it, then go off into the indie market to find actual studios that would back us up, make a live action, all that whole beautiful stuff. But would Hollywood buy this whole feature? No. No, they wouldn't. Because too many moving parts that no one would really touch on without making too many big changes. And that's something that I will always say is my biggest hating point for Hollywood at this point, and why I don't go back there. But the indie scene is probably where I'm the most happiest, so I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments how you feel about this, or if you want to just bitch and moan and then look at someone else talk about Bluebeard, I can show you guys some videos on all these whole corners from other people talking about it from the more traditional angle if you guys really want it. But I'm gonna go take a nap. That sounds about good.
Boom, you feel it when I walk in the room. The shiver up your spine as I loom. The string puller like harps that's keeping y'all in tune.